For a moment, I'd like to just mention a little bit about what that means. Now, in this world, we have major interference. Would you not agree? And it comes through what the Bible might call the powers and principalities and rulers of darkness and wickedness in heavenly places, high places. In other words, those things which are called the prince of the power of the air, the frequencies that enjoin our minds as a control mechanism to call us into a world of separation from God's source. That's what it is, right? This world is sin, the Bible says. It is sin. If you love this world, you hate God. So this world is sin. Therefore, every human, being completely entranced and entrained by the powers of the air, are operating a sinful life. Sin causes death, and therefore death is a natural consequence of living on the planet Earth, which is contained. But there is a host matrix. It's called the living memory matrix host transplant. I've said to you a couple of times, maybe not in this room, but in many of my talks, that here we are living in a vessel called a human body. We're trying to incarnate our true God self-identity into this distortion field called the body, but we can't do it. And the body dies time and time again because we can't get enough quantum leaps to lift the body into a higher frequency by accreting the DNA upgrades that are required to move from one harmonic universe to the next. We're stuck here, We're stuck here under the controls of Satan, the devil, the human mind, the powers and principalities and rulers, the controllers that operate through the air. We're stuck here, right? So the host transplant is that original frequency band of our own true, how would you say, expression of life that is coming down to give you the codes of ascension. In other words, waking up from the dream of death, waking up from the control signatures of the matrix. The matrix of this world is a control matrix. It's making you into very willing slaves, robots, to the system of control, to the black hole matrix that's siphoning the energy from your biological form and sucking the energy right down the black hole into their matrix so they can live off you. We are their food. I don't know whether you saw the message in the movie's Matrix, but it's true. The biological anatomy of the human structure, in the atomic structure, they are putting spins and flows of energy into the structure of the biology so that they spin the energy that we create through food and through having sex also, as we would copulate with couples. There's a powerful generation of energy as we would couple as couples. All of those kind of energies are being rushed straight down the black hole matrix. Straight down the black hole matrix into a parallel adjacent energy system. It's called a matrix of black hole 4. It's in a state of implosion. It has a finite life. It cannot live. It's in a state of decay. And yet they have developed technologies to infiltrate other living systems. And of course they have permeated this Milky Way galaxy and the planet Earth upon which we are creatures. We are creatures upon this planet Earth, which has major distortion fields set into the hologram frequencies of transmission that create our reality. Yes, they are sucking the matter base of our biological anatomy down the black hole through harnessing and harvesting systems that are set within the atomic structure and the biological governmental orders of the body. Yes, we are being harvested of our energy. Even science today sees this. They say, hey, you've only got 98% junk DNA. Hang on, I just got to deal with this guy. I'll flip him off. Hang on. He's come in on the field here. I'll just give him a right flick. let's see. Oh, he's gone. Hang on, I was going to bounce him actually. Bouncing. Oh, I've got to enter a complaint. There we go. I'll bounce him. Oh, here we go. Can you guys hear me in the room again? I think it's amazing. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Something was coming there. Anyway, there's always interference when you're speaking truth, you know. So what happens is with the black hole matrix is, you know, the energies, the vampires, those codes which have been set within the human genetics, alien intruders, hybridization programs set within the biology of your form have actually distorted the atomic structure and the governmental orders of your body to spin energy. Can you guys hear me down there? Give me a 1, give me a 1 if you can hear me. To spin energy, okay you guys, to spin energy out of your matrix, out of your human body, it contains 98% junk DNA, in other words, undecoded reality. Your body is holding many, many shutdowns on the epigenetic overlay of the chemical DNA. The chemical DNA will be sort of like what expresses into the radiant spectra of the hologram of your self-identity in space-time electromagnetic tonal signatures on the planet Earth. So, you know, what you're expressing and communicating with other entity realities on this plane, this field, is very, very shut down. You're very, very dumbed down, and the 2% biological communication would be the chemical DNA expression, which is communicating with other entities around you and within this world of controls. So there's something of a 98%, or maybe some scientists say 95%, there's a lot of shutdown. There's a lot of shutdown in the communication of your intelligence and communication with other space-time realities around you, called people, or systems, or planets, or suns, or galaxies, or universes, or higher structures. You're shut down, and you can't communicate in the natural form of your creation. You were created to communicate with a multi-cosmic structure. You were created to communicate with a multi-cosmic structure. And you're very, very, very shut down in the biological system, as scientists so prove through their identification of the junk DNA, etc. Now, if you're going to upgrade yourself, you're going to have to learn how the system of the human body operates, what the planet Earth is as a hologram of energy, and how it relates to the solar system, in other words the sun, how you have, you know, through organic systems, you would have solar symbiosis that would come through natural angles and rotations and spins and feeds and speeds and everything else, and how you would relate to the galaxy, and how the galaxy would relate to the many galaxies, the mega galaxies, and even into universal, into Eka systems, into Akashas, into Akasha Aya, Akasha I, Yucatharista, and many higher multi-dimensional cosmic structures. How your identity is coded into all of the structures that are the wholeness of creation, and how you fit in relation to that, according to your own body ID. Of course, it's all shut down and lost because of the interference of raider race lines, intruder race lines, invasion, hybridization, genetic coding, distortions, controls, machinations, devices, implants, holographic inserts. What's going on in your hologram of experience? What's caused it? What is causing it? How come you don't know about it? How come you can't override it? How come your power is lost? You know? And so here we are. And I'm talking about this because people need to know about what's controlling their self-identity, and they're completely controlled by outside factions and sources of distortion, and they don't know it. You need to know this. You need to know the Kathara teachings, the freedom teachings, the Kelotic science. You need to know it, and you don't know it. And I'm bringing it to you so you can know it, or at least investigate it. You need to know this. What caused you to be here? How come you're shut down? How come you don't know who you are? How come you're lost? You know? Anyway, I'm going to hand over the microphone right now. Come on up there, Angel, TH. And if you don't mind, I'm recording this, so don't swear, okay? And if you don't want me to record it, tell me straight away. Hand over the mic.
I don't care if we record it, but Jesus Christ, I hate being limited. Okay, so I had that false ego and come back in here and yell at myself in the form of you people. Freedom. The inside is the outside, kid. That's it. Okay? So, if you think, okay, if you think you're crap and everybody else is worse, that's not it. No, that's not the right way. We all gotta start. I don't care if we're all full of it and we're not even plugged in on the chakras. I and God are one. We start there, okay? And we visualize the best. Boom. Does that mean, we all this talk about you can't say anything negative, you can't swear. Why not? One guru I live with told me, go ahead and swear. It wakes the people up. When you swear, it opens their aura up. It makes them receptive because they're in shock. And you can get the truth in there. Okay? So everybody's got these judgments, the third chakra and all this crap. And I'm over it. I'm so over it. And I didn't have to tell you I'm drunk, but I love telling you I'm drunk. Because I love being the bad ASS. How was that? For politically correct. I did the best I could. Okay? Right. The outside's a reflection. Right. So if you're always trying to do practices, I'm not saying that some practices don't help at the level that you're at. But stop trying to shove your practices down everybody else's throat. Because a realized master doesn't have to practice. They're always in 24/7 consciousness.
Did you hear that? Oh yeah, Avatar?
Let's do it. Okay, I've got to go back to my little music now. I got to do it. I'm sorry. I yelled at myself in the form of you all night, so obviously I'm the blank idiot.
No, you're not, love. You're accepted. You're beautiful. Come on up, Kayan. Speak up a little bit.
Oh, wow. I was going to say, for me, the Kathara has been more like a practical approach to learning to mentally project or astrally project. And it was something that I could actually, Kathara, Kathara, yeah. Sorry about that. I'm laughing if I want to, though. Yeah, I was going to say, with Kathara, I've actually learned how to project mentally. I've learned to shield myself unconsciously after working on one practice. And overall, I guess my energy level or DNA count activation has gone up tremendously since the last time I did the shadow body healing or the level 1 or level 2 and 3. I haven't did much of level 3, but just level 1 and 2 mostly. But even that's been helping me a lot.
Well, that's great, Kayan, that you have been doing the Kathara healing teachings and Keylontic science, freedom teachings it's called. People who are attracted to it and who are drawn to it will feel it, you know, and even those who may be not directly attracted to it, if they practice it, they will actually feel the activations working, because that's the original imprint. The original imprint of the angelic human, or even the indigo or other higher DNA strand compacts of the vessels that are coming into the earth for the regenesis. They are holding these particular encryptions and mathematical encryptions, you know, that communicate within the shield of the earth, within the shield of the solar system, the shield of the galaxy, metagalaxies, universe, cosmos, and up and up and up and up. You know, yeah, the diamond sun, that's a good one there, Kayan. You know, you can buy these online as workshops. In actual fact, if you go to even my website, I'll type it in I just put it in the room, www.2minds1choice.com. If you go there, I don't like to promote anything too much, but it's just like I have a link on there. It's called, in the technology, I write in technology, Technology, technology link. It'll lead you to where this work is coming from and how you can practice it. You can buy a couple of workshops, you can start doing it at home, you can talk about it with your friends, whatever. We have small groups here in Melbourne, Australia, and I have a couple of groups I'm going to have a look tomorrow at another group who's interested in starting up, and they're going to buy their own resources, they're going to gather together and everything else. And so I would just like to talk to them and say, hey, this is a marvellous thing. We have a group here in Melbourne, and we meet every week. Every week we're meeting and we're doing all the current workshops, and we're keeping up with the technology, and we're feeling the transitional changes, you know, within the biological anatomy. We're feeling the upgrades and also the help that is here. And I'm talking about the host. You notice the title of the room, Living Memory Matrix Host Transplant. There is a host. The host is the high dimensional structure from which you have fallen. You've fallen from a high dimensional mind and many, many stations of consciousness that constitute your God reality. You've fallen from that, and you've been closed in and encumbered by, hindered by many intrusions, invader race line, hybridizations, and shut down. You're shut down and asleep, and you don't know who you are. And the host is actually just a living memory to come back to you, to lift you up into the higher resonance and signatures of your original identity. It's here. You can call upon the host. It's called the Guardian Alliance and the Interdimensional Association of Free Worlds, here to help you in your slumber, in your sleeping, in your decay, in your depravity, in your disease, in your disaster, in your buying into the corruption of this world of controls. It's here. You can come out of the world of controls and come into the lifting up of the remembrance of your true self. And the host is here to help you reload the codes and frequencies and the elemental commands of the downflow of the voice of God and the upflow of the uplifting electromagnetic tonal signatures of your self-identity. You can do that right here, right now, because I'm talking about it. I'm talking about it. You might be interested in it, and it's available. And my website I just posted there, www.2minds1choice, is, I don't want to sound commercial, but it's giving you something. It's offering you what you've lost. It's offering you what you've lost. So you can come back through your own investigation, you can come back into it and find it, and you'll be supported by it. Well, we have a group here in Melbourne, Australia, and we meet every week. And we do the techniques and technologies, and we discuss what's going on, what's caused the changes in consciousness, and how we can revivify ourselves and come back into an ascension process in the midst of this great crushing, the great crushing that's here, right? And here we are in the midst of this great crushing. We can find this teaching that's here, which is the original teachings of the organic system. This is the teaching that was in the earth for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, even before the current teachings of distortion have taken place, in the last few thousand years or so. This has always been what has been the training of the angelic humans in the regenesis mission of the Milky Way galaxy, the many billions of planets that are here trying to regenerate themselves through the teachings of regenesis. That's the original teachings, returning here in this current stellar activation cycle. It may sound something a bit strange to you, because in your hearing you might not cognite, you might not see it, but in the inner hearing you already know that you are a part of this, because you stepped down through this. You have stepped down through the distortion fields into your present unreality of experience. You are shut down here in this world of controls, and you don't like it. And you want to remember your true power and your wonder and your beauty. You want to rise up into life. And I'm here to remind you of it, because you've fallen down from it and you find yourself caught here. And here I am, a brother of love, showing you something that's returning into the planet in this current time so you can regenerate yourself. It's a gift. It's a wonderful blessing. And you're a mighty part of our higher consciousness structure, ready to revivify yourself. It's a personal self-identity quest. You're going to do it yourself. And all the help that's required is right here with you, right here, right now. And we love it. We love it. We love the Kathara teachings. It's also called the Freedom Teachings. The Freedom Teachings and Keylontic Science. Keylontic. Keylontic Science. It's about how consciousness is formed in the multi-cosmic creation of all life everywhere. All that exists in perpetual motion life flows is built upon a beautiful structure that is everlasting. It's organic. It is perpetual motion life that we have fallen away from because of distortions. The distortions can be overwritten by the power and the return of the true pattern and the divine right order and the divine right timing back into our holographic expression of self-identity experience. You can do it right here and right now, and it's given right here and right now in this current stellar activation cycle when all things are colliding here on the planet Earth in this 2012 experience and onward. It's going to be a 200-year evacuation cycle. 200-year evacuation cycle from this galaxy and all galaxies, actually billions of galaxies in this current universe. They're all struck by the same plague of devastation, most of them anyway. We're calling you back to regenesis. We're calling you back to life. We're calling you back to know yourself the way you're known of God source, that you might remember yourself and rise up into life and cast away from yourself all the codes of corruption that have been permeating your fields and causing destruction in your experience. Here we are, helping you lift up, and we're calling you home. We are calling you home. We are the host of God, the Guardian Alliance, the interdimensional association of free worlds, the multi-cosmic structure of perpetual motion life. We're here to help you, to assist you through your own efforts, to receive through the grace that is given, the regenesis that you might rise up into life and drop off those codes of corruption that drag you down into death and disease, disaster and decay. We're here to help you. And this is the message from the Guardian Alliance for those who would tune in and allow the grace of the Living One to restore you to your original perpetuation of life. Those potentials that are held within you as a resonant signature of your true creative energy. Anyway, I hand over the mic now because I've said a lot of words and I love speaking about this because what else could I talk about? I cannot talk about devastation. I can only talk about ascension and self-realization that you yourself will participate in when you engage with it. So I bless you to rise up into life.